Dude, Luke, the printer's still busted, man. What the fuck?
Which part of the dress code don't you understand?
So I'm like not getting my girlfriend's Snapchats. Are you working on something?
What the fuck does that mean?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 61 of the Topless Robot podcast. My name is Ryan.
I am Brooks.
I am Dan.
And
Tyler's a punk ass.
we have no Tyler this week because he is giving thanks.
Or something like that.
And his thanks does not involve us.
Oh, I don't. I think you might have had an issue with your email because
His thanks does not involve me.
you missed the hat memo.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Hold
first
on.
comment of the stream, Ryan.
First.
Grab my fez. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
Making me stand on my broken...
You're
Also-
closer.
Also, feel free to use those drumsticks on this hat, homie, because it's got a nice sound to it.
There. I hope we have pleased
He has
chat
hatted
now.
up.
Dan, where is your
I have
cylinder?
Resides deep within the confines of my skull. My brain is cylindrical.
Ugh.
So it has been a week of releases, some very highly anticipated releases. Pokemon Sword and Shield came out this past week, and Jedi Fallen Order came out this past week. I have bought and played both of them, though I'm not very far in. I bought Pokemon Sword. I don't really know what the difference is between the two.
I think the difference is the same thing that has always been for Pokemon. They have like certain Pokemon are in one and certain in the other. Like force you to trade with other people who have the different one.
And I had read that there are like some character differences between the two of them, but I'm not really sure what they are or anything like that.
Yeah,
but I bought Sword.
It's never major.
But it's interesting though because Nintendo is selling 2-packs of Sword and Shield
Because you know people are gonna buy them, dude.
for no discount.
Yeah.
Just you want to buy both? Okay.
Does it at least-
we'll package them together, but we're going to charge you for 2 games.
And I see that you've chosen to get the Weeb dog, the dog that carries a sword in its mouth. That's the special like the sword Pokemon.
Oh, is
Whereas
it?
the Shield one is a dog that just has like its mane grows out into like a big shield in front of it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Actually, what I chose was the grass type monkey, whatever
Not
the
talking
fuck
about the
he's
starter,
called.
Are you
idiot.
talking about Grookey?
Yes, Grookey.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I picked Grookey. But as soon as I could, I got one of those electric corgis.
Fair. Yeah. It's,
You know, I hear
you
they
gotta
get
get as British as fuck as you can with that one. You know.
Yep.
I hear they get better mileage.
It's very interesting. So I have played a little bit of some Pokemon games in the past, and already I'm noticing a difference in the way that this game is run.
Yeah, of course.
There's Pokemon out in the wild that you can avoid encounters by walking through tall grass and just walking around them, and you don't actually have to fight in order to capture Pokemon. You can walk into a Pokemon you want, and you don't have to like battle them down to weaken them. You just throw your Pokeball and you catch them.
Yeah, I imagine that doesn't work most of the time though.
I have yet to have it not work.
Wait till you
and
get to
I
a higher
have
level.
not actually. I'm sure once I get out of like the earlier area and whatnot, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But that's why the digital gift, when you buy the game digitally, like they give you some code to redeem for a mystery gift, and they give you 15 quick balls.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's rad.
Yeah, the last Pokemon game I think I got like Pokemon Moon last year just because it'd been ages since I played one. I've
Sure.
Red and Blue days, and me being like, oh well, I don't want to play with any more Pokemon because 150 are just fine by me. And then I was just like, this is dumb.
Brooks,
why don't I enjoy
I thought you
myself?
got rid of the cane.
I did get rid of the cane, turned it into a hat. No, and I, as someone who woke up from cryo sleep from Gen 1 Pokemon, the improvements that have been made have just been for the fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun, easier. It's not a pain in the ass. I no longer have to set my emulator to like 500 speed to get anywhere in Pokemon in a decent time.
Yeah.
And I think it's good.
It's a very pretty game. The sword is very pretty. I don't know. I played a little bit of Moon. And since they started going 3D in Pokemon, I've enjoyed the style of it quite a bit.
You don't have to imagine what the Pokemon looks like when you're trying to catch
and
it.
It's no longer. Yeah.
And also, like, I've always gotten some fun out of the Pokemon series. I think it's the same with anything, though. Whenever you meet the people who are way too into it, they're just like...
You just
People
don't
who
want
are
to play
so
anymore.
into Pokemon just like make Pokemon sound like the worst fucking game ever.
Yeah.
And then you play it like, oh, this is just like a stupid little fun game to play.
Yeah, right.
My
I played a
team
little bit
of-
of Sun and Moon, and I like to look for whatever Pokemon looks like it's got the biggest fuck you attitude. And there's that boxing crab that they have.
yeah, that one's
or is it
great.
a lobster? It's a lobster or a crab?
I think it's a crab.
But it's just like it's got like a really tiny angry eyes, and it's just got big hands.
Yeah.
That just like hits the shit hits people with.
It should be-
I'm into it.
It should be no surprise to you guys that my favorite in Moon is the sumo Pokemon.
Yeah, of course.
It's great. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he's such a heavy hitter.
What's it? Because there's been a sumo Pokemon around since like the 3rd gen, I think. It
Yeah.
might be the same one.
Yeah, I've been behind the times.
Yeah, I don't know if I was wondering if they made a new one or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's still the same. Still the same.
So yeah, I'm not very far in Pokemon, but I've been enjoying it just fine. And I noticed the quality of life stuff changes that they've made, and I am thankful for them because I'll probably stick with this Pokemon game much longer than I have managed to any previous in the past. I did go into my first. What's the fucking Giganta Butts version of the Pokemon that they added?
Mondomon.
No, they
Yeah, this one I don't know about. I'm sorry.
Dynamax.
Okay.
Dynamax Pokemon are enormous.
The Dynamax system of Pokemon fighting.
And so I went into my first Dynamax fight, and they're basically raids. Like, you can play with other people to fight one giant fucking Pokemon.
So it's a Pokemon Go raid that they just put into the new game.
Yeah, it seems so.
Okay. I mean, that's not a bad idea.
And
fun.
if you don't want to play with other people, it'll just fill your party with random, not other people.
Bots.
That's cool.
Just bots.
Yeah, I like that.
So you can still capture a Dynamax, whatever.
I'm glad they're at least trying to make the game a little different as time goes by.
Yeah. And it does support the Pokeball Plus that came out with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
I mean, it had to.
Don't throw it
Yeah.
at your screen though. I heard it's bad for your TV.
But you can put
His
one of your
safety strap.
Pokemon. You can put one of your Pokemon in the ball to take it for a walk.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Does it have a safety strap on it, though?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, those Wiimote safety straps are really important back there.
Did I ever talk to you guys about my favorite Smash Bros. Shit post a long time ago?
No.
Where people talked about adding the Wiimote safety strap man to Smash. Because then they did a mock-up and like showed his moves and everything, and his final smash is removing the safety strap.
Oh yeah. I saw that. I've seen that. I've
That's
seen that.
funny.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Um,
So, are all 9,227 original Pokemon in the game?
No, and
Apparently
this is a huge point of contention.
yeah. I don't understand how fanboys can get so butthurt about it. I mean, okay, I take that back. I do understand because fanboys going to hate.
Also,
Like-
isn't it a service they have to pay for? The National Dex, isn't that something they have to pay for?
Is it?
I think that's part of why they're so frustrated. I thought it was like an extra thing you had to pay. Like,
That I don't know about.
I
hadn't
don't know
heard-
either.
I haven't seen any upsell.
if you don't have to pay for it, if it's not like a service, then shut the fuck up.
I haven't seen any upsell moments in the game at all. Like, there's nothing going like, hey, pay for this. And there's nothing in the eShop suggesting that you need to buy an add-on for it or anything like that.
Well, there is a QuickTime event where you do have to cross the Great Paywall.
There is one thing that I've encountered so far that's frustrated me about it is that it doesn't support cloud saves. So you can't back up your Pokemon save to the cloud, which seems weird to me.
Well, you can't back up your pets to the cloud either. So Yeah, that seems annoying.
Because, I've got the Switch Lite and I've got, my home Switch.
Wait, so does it save onto the cart itself, or is
No.
it? Oh, what?
It saves onto the system.
That's foolish.
Oh, okay. No, so it's not an extra thing you have to pay for. It's just people are frustrated that they can't trade their Pokemon that they've been holding on their previous games into this one. It's
That's what I thought.
Okay, I thought it was something you actually had to like do something extra
No.
for.
What do you mean I can't use the memory from
So it's
Final
like-
Fantasy
it's like I
VII?
can't-
Those Pokemon aren't in this game.
I can't bring my Pokemon that I've traded from Gen 1 through 7 systems.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Why do you care so much?
Learn how to let go and start a new game.
It's
Yeah.
it's a new game. It's a new game.
Not
Just
new
catch
game
new Pokemon.
plus. Not new
Yeah.
game plus.
But no, I had to breed my Pokemon 60 times to get the perfect EVs and traits, so that way it is the most efficient competitive Pokemon in the world.
It's kind of like when people get mad when like Magic the Gathering tournaments take down cards. I think after 2 years, they cycle them out every 2 years
Oh, I mean, that makes sense. And they
to
started
keep it competitive.
Yeah, so
started
it's not
doing the
everyone
same
bringing in the
thing.
same deck.
With Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Hearthstone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll enjoy this Pokemon. This Pokemon so far has grabbed me more than my attempts in previous ones.
Yeah, I've thought about buying it because I also just love the UK theme going on.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on. The new Weezing is...
Yeah.
He has big old smoking chimney top hats.
Yeah. It's
All the
pretty
Pokemon
solid.
have bad teeth.
And of course, everyone was
And I
stoked
like
about...
my lightning corgi. He's got a little heart on his butt. It's fucking adorable.
Yep.
And honestly, the first lightning attack that he has is called Snuggle or something like
course.
that.
Yeah.
And he just kind of hops around and does lightning damage. It's fucking great.
And everyone has to be excited about Farfetch finally getting his evolution.
Yes.
Where he turns his leak into a blade.
Yeah, Surfetched.
Yeah.
I love Farfetched. He's he's in my top 5 Pokemon. So it is nice to see him get something a little more regal.
But on the other side of things, and new releases this week, Jedi Fallen Order.
Tyler's not here.
Yeah. Which is a shame. So it is a very pretty game.
It looks gorgeous.
And I'm all for it because it's a single player. If they want to keep making single player experiences like this, all for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely all for it. But it's kind of like a sloppy Prince of Persia.
Ooh.
Because the controls get me angry at them.
Which one of those?
Found myself repeating the same attempt at a jump no less than 25 times. And it was just because things were not lining up just right for it. And it was intensely frustrating. Nothing's more frustrating than getting ganged up on by a bunch of stormtroopers and knocked off a ledge.
That's kind of funny, though.
That's the only thing I feel like Stormtroopers could really do effectively.
But it's like
They've kill Aunt Beru and Uncle
they've
Owen.
taken elements from like Dark Souls, from Metroidvanias.
So, I'm still in the phase of nobody can compare anything to Dark Souls. It's such a gaming journalism shitpost. This is the Dark Souls of Star Wars.
Honestly,
This is the Dark Souls of pay-to-play puzzle games.
the enemies hit hard. And if you're careless in battle, you're gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing with being a Jedi, right? Is like they can't take a hit. They can just stop all the hits from hitting
Right.
them.
Yeah, it's like playing a monk.
Like I'm on normal mode, basically, Jedi Knight mode. There's one mode higher than that. And they even show you how that's going to change things. Like the rate at which you regain force, the how hard the enemies hit, and how aggressive the enemies are. And so the Jedi Master or the Jedi Knight one is just middle of the road, straight down.
Does it come with any midichlorian booster shots?
Oh, God.
Sweet.
Yes, we have finally killed off Tyler.
I was hoping it was going to be me.
I mean, it happened off camera, so who knows what really happened.
But
Tyler crawls out of the Sarlacc pit.
So overall, I'm enjoying it, but there are some serious control frustrations that
Okay.
are really annoying that I feel like we left behind 15 years ago.
Maybe they'll fix it in a patch.
Maybe.
Get good.
Well, but I mean, controls aside, is the... I know it's supposed to take place between the prequels and the originals.
No, it's supposed to take place between the originals and the latest run.
Oh, okay,
Otherwise
cool.
known as the
Oh, wait,
sequels.
no, I take that back. I'm getting them mixed up because I had to look up the Mandalorian timeline. Mandalorian takes place after the originals,
Jedi?
before the new ones,
Okay.
before the Skywalker saga.
No Mandalorian spoilers because I think I'm gonna check it out.
It's seriously fucking good. And this one, I'm not sure. I think it is. It takes place after the Clone Wars TV series, I think.
Okay. Are there any puzzles so far at all, or is it pretty much just?
There's a lot of
straight hack and slash?
puzzles, yeah. And the way that you like find your force upgrades and stuff like that, like you go into this old abandoned temple in order to get the force push, and there's there's lots of puzzle, kind of things. Like
Okay.
in this, you have, once you get the power, you've got these big balls that you can like push around, and there are these kind of divots that they're supposed to go into, and once you do that, like it kind of activates something, right? So there's this puzzle where there are these airstreams, and you end up basically creating like a Marble Madness course in order to get the next ball up to the area where it needs to go, so you can push it into the right thing in order to get out of the...
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
really, really neat.
Cool.
I like I said, overall, I've been enjoying it. Just some control frustrations.
Controls are poop.
Yeah.
Well.
Wow.
Well.
So
I feel like we've been kind of dancing around the big issue this week. Not issue really.
Just say it.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
yes, I am content. I am happy with.
Now it's just gonna be a bad movie, right?
I don't even know that. I hope not.
Probably gonna be bad.
What is it going to be? Mario Brothers bad?
No.
No, it is redeemed itself from that because a company finally listened to what people were telling them on the internet.
That was interesting.
I just think there is an eldritch curse carried on by the spirit of Raul Julia, or Julia, however you say his name.
Raul Julia.
That no video game movie can ever be good ever again. They'll never be good. Just not allowed.
We've had good video game movies since then.
Which one?
Shut up, I'm thinking.
Gotta think pretty hard, don't you?
Doom.
No.
Doom was great.
The big force gun. It's the big fucking gun, guys. Silent Hill.
Scott Pilgrim.
No.
That was a comic book movie.
I know, but it's basically a video game movie. It's technically,
I think it doesn't count.
it doesn't count. You're right. I feel like
Wait, wasn't there a House of the Dead movie?
there was, and it was a Yui Bowl film.
Oh, never mind.
Yes, so that's not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish a House of the Dead movie would have been good because House of the Dead's fucking hilarious.
I love
It
House
is
of the
hilarious.
Dead. It's funny.
G said to go over there. God damn it.
There's still more inside polygons.
I will have to show you guys after this, and also to anyone listening, there is an animator called Terminal Montage who does a lot of these very quick, rapid fire, like dumb slapstick comedy animations about video games. He did a typing of the Dead one that's all done with text to speech, and it's hilarious.
All right. I would love to see them try to do a movie based on typing or
Typing of the Dead.
Yeah, dude, it'd be
Yeah,
they have
no.
like little types on their bags, like.
The initial D
well,
typing
specifically, I want to see them try to do a movie on typing the Dead Overkill.
Yeah, dude.
Because that would be fucking, it's already an homage to Grindhouse cinema.
Yep.
Like they may as well just make a Grindhouse rendition, film rendition of Overkill.
But still with the bad voice acting. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're going to do a rail shooter game adaptation into film, I would love to see them do an Area 51. Like exactly.
I know, let's have them do the
God.
Aerosmith game, dude.
Yes, I want a Revolution X movie.
Revolution X.
But Steven Tyler has not aged gracefully.
No.
Yeah, he looks like he belongs in House
he
of the
already
Dead.
looked like a monster when he was like a young man.
Yeah, he's
The world's biggest mouth.
he can be in House of the Dead. Yeah, just give him the little hatchets.
But yeah, I think when the new Sonic movie comes out, we are going to have a Topless Robot movie day.
Topless
and,
Robot
just all go out and see it.
movie
We have
day.
to. We just have to.
Fine.
We'll just get really wasted first.
Yeah. It'll be
Actually, you know what?
interesting.
No, I won't. I will not get wasted. I will go in sober and nurse my wounds afterwards. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a fun little movie, and if I don't want to jinx it, but if it ends up being enjoyable, then I'll see it again.
Yeah.
You cannot bring me to that movie drunk because I'll get thrown out for groaning too loudly.
Sir, are you okay? Sir. Oh, he's fine. He's just getting comfortable.
In the movie, his favorite food is going to be something other than chili dogs, and we'll all just collectively.
My favorite food is spaghetti.
What the fuck? That'd be the worst favorite food for some video game or cartoon character to have.
It's got carbs.
Spaghetti. That's the only place that food is represented in popular media is Lady and the Tramp.
I can't eat chili dogs anymore, guys. I've gone vegan. I drink kombucha now.
Hey, you don't talk shit about the booch, yo.
Got a booch fast.
Got a booch fat. Sonic's favorite food. No cat food.
Meow.
I mean, technically within the Sonic X canon.
I am actually legitimately kind of excited to see Jim Carrey's Robotnik.
Oh,
That is the one thing I am excited about for this movie.
He is going to be absolutely charming.
Yeah. And I think this may be probably one of the last crazy Jim Carrey outings we're going to have.
Yeah. I'm surprised at all that we're getting this.
Same.
Well, then we'll get a sequel to Man on the Moon.
Oh, God.
Man on
yeah,
the Moon.
exactly what we need.
Man on the Moon 2, Comedy Boogaloo.
Man on the Moon 2, this time actually starring Kaufman because he's still alive.
Yes, no. It's him playing Andy Kaufman as he returns to modern society.
That would actually be. You know what? I kind of want that movie now.
Yeah, it's like
It's like Face Off.
Yeah, right.
It's like Guess Who's Back, but not Hitler. Have you guys seen that?
No.
There's a movie called Guess Who's Back in which Hitler is accidentally time traveled forward into the modern day Germany,
Yeah.
and he's just like what the fuck, and then proceeds to take over.
The only time traveling Hitler movie I enjoy is Kung Fury.
Yes, and Kung Fury 2
Yeah.
is coming.
It is coming.
dude.
It is coming. We'll all be true survivors, guys.
The in Man on the Moon 2, it's just revealed that Donald Trump has been Andy Kaufman this whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'd still be mad. I think I'd still be mad.
I'd still be mad, but I would have to respect the bit.
Yeah, I'd be like, wow. If anyone follows my life motto, it would be Andy Kaufman.
Oh man.
Ooh, I made all my steps sitting here on the couch, guys.
Hey, good job. I made all my steps just drinking violently.
All this yucking is really burning calories.
So, something that I've talked about a little bit in the past is Human Head and their development of the game Prey, which became not the game. The game it got pushed to a different studio, and I can't remember Arcane Studio, and they created the Prey that we know a couple of years ago. The Prey that we were shown that Human Head was working on was something very different.
Oh, Eat, Pray, Love.
Anyway, in the original one that Human Head was working on, you were going to essentially be an intergalactic bounty hunter, and what they had shown off was very promising. They were at a point where they were going to be doing friends and family beta testing. And so I was lined up to do that because my roommate was working on the game, and it just never really happened. And it's because Bethesda kept turning down their milestones
Because Bethesda sucks.
forcing them to spend all of their resources, and then would offer, oh, well, we'll cover this. And that's the first step of a hostile takeover is we're going to bleed you dry until you have to rely on our money. And then you're in our pocket.
Yep.
And they had done this several times to other small studios. Human Head recognized this and said, we don't want that. And so they declined. They said, no thanks. They put everyone on furlough and loaned out some of their bigger talent to other studios. So that's how my friend Gio ended up working on BioShock Infinite and writing the AI for what's her face, the
Elizabeth?
chick. Elizabeth, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's rad. The most useful
The
side
most
character,
useful AI I have ever encountered in a game.
unlike Tails in Sonic 2.
It's also, I was surprised her character wasn't particularly hateable either.
Yeah.
Usually follower NPCs like that are really obnoxious, even if they are useful.
Yeah.
She wasn't really that obnoxious.
Not at all.
Hey, Dan!
Yeah.
And, Booker, that's all it needed. That's
Found some money.
Yeah. I thought it was extremely well done. And so, in a way, we wouldn't have had that moment if Bethesda hadn't tried to strong-arm Human Head.
Yeah. Are you telling me that corporate culture is inherently predatory? Wow.
Yeah.
What? You mean that people that make video games could be bad?
So, the news just came out recently, literally the day that they released Rune 2. Human Head shut their doors. And the whole staff started up another company called Roundhouse Studios, I think it was. Roundhouse Studio, which is a subsidiary of Bethesda. So my friends all had months of unpaid furlough as Human Head fought against acquisition by Bethesda.
Rad.
Which at that time, it was like, look, it sucks, but fucking kudos to Human Head for not letting Bethesda strong arm them.
Yeah, and then their employees got to lose their apartments and their homes because they couldn't afford to pay their mortgages.
Yeah, which you can't blame Human Head for that. That's all on Bethesda.
Yeah, no, I'm not blaming Human Head. Bethesda sucks.
Fuck
I hate
Bethesda.
Bethesda.
But now it feels like that whole fight was all for nothing. Here we are.
They're a subsidiary.
A few years later, and exactly what Bethesda tried to do in the past has come to be. So they are now a subsidiary of Bethesda.
Dumb.
Yep.
Well, it meant something. We're talking about it. That's what it means.
I mean, I guess, but
Someone should really give Todd Howard a swirly.
Fucking let's do it. Dan, get the brass knuckles.
Why are you guys bringing me to the toilet?
We're not forcing you to have a swirly. We're encouraging you through our increasing amount of goals that you need to meet.
No, this isn't a glitch in the broken system of life. This is called a feature.
This is a feature.
We're just making it so a swirly is slowly becoming the only option you have.
We've inverted the hair physics to include water.
So it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. You know, like what they did to stand up at the time, while should have been a good model. Like it should have been a good encouragement to other smaller studios who may find themselves in that same situation, that they don't have to give in to these big, corporate overlords and shit like that.
Because when they're offering their handout, they're not really doing that.
Right.
They're just trying to buy you out and eliminate competition.
Yeah,
that's all they're doing. They are not ever trying to help you. They don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, they're not selling, they're buying.
And it was clear that was their intent, because it was entirely transparent by them turning down perfectly good milestones.
Yeah.
Where they were meeting all of the requirements of the milestone, and Bethesda was regularly, was just shooting them down.
Oh,
and,
no, Bethesda.
and continually moving the bar.
They just have the highest quality standards. Have you ever played Fallout 4?
Yeah,
Have you played
exactly.
Fallout 76?
Oh, Fallout
Only
76 is
the
a
highest
masterpiece.
milestone standards.
God.
Their standards were so high that they released the game before it was complete.
Yeah.
Bethesda's like if Galactus was somehow lamer. Like if Galactus just wore tidy whities. You know?
So then who's going to be our Silver Surfer in the indie game community?
That would be
Devolver Digital.
Devolver
Yes,
Digital.
Devolver Digital. Yes.
Run! Bethesda is coming!
I want during like the next big conference when Todd Howard comes on stage, I want the Devolver Digital staff to run out and just like give him an atomic wedgie and run off stage.
Are you listening, Devolver? This is what you must do.
Fuck up Todd Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Key his car.
Throw eggs at him.
Toilet paper his fucking mansion.
What is Devolver if not the cool, edgy teenager of the gaming community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make
No
a
kidding.
make a knockoff of Fallout 76 that's actually better. I mean, not hard, but
Make a game called Outfall 67.
It's our Parmer and Mogdeet.
Oh, man.
Yes.
And in other news, I've always kind of sung the praises of Humble Monthly Bundle, because it's $12 a month and you get 9 or 10 games, and they're all usually good. Like last month was fucking nuts, or this month was Crash Bandicoot, the remasters, Spyro, the remasters, and
shit.
a whole bunch of shit,
Yeah.
other shit. Like those were the two that stole my attention because I love them.
Spyro's a big deal.
And to get both of those for $12, let alone 7 other games on top of that, is kind of a sweet deal. So they're changing their model for monthly bundle. First off, I should say, before any of this, IGN bought Humble Bundle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting.
And
And the
Is that
best-
good or not?
I don't know.
I don't
yet.
know either. I can't figure that out. It's not immediately obvious.
IGN's one of those websites I stumble across when I'm looking up old cheat codes for games. It's like Cheat Code Central.
And the running joke has been that they went to the website and meant to buy a bundle and accidentally bought Humble Bundle.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Oops. It was so cheap,
Yeah. I mean, it was name your price, So
$5.
they are changing the way the Humble Monthly Bundle works, in that there are now several tiers that you at different price points, and they will present you each month with the choice of a whole bunch of games, and you can choose however many your tier allows. So, like if you are paying for like tier 2, then you're getting like 7 games.
So
You
now
get
it's
to
just a
choose
Patreon.
7 games out of whatever is in there.
Yeah, okay.
So-
I'm into it.
Yeah, that's more options. So that way you don't have to get whatever.
It means I never have to get another Call of Duty game again.
Exactly. You don't have to settle for whatever sports game is.
Right.
They're trying to pawn off this month.
Yeah.
What
Or-
about FIFA 20, bro?
Dude, it's like
Fifth
FIFA
copy of
19.
Overwatch, or like I don't need any of that.
Well, FIFA 20 uses the same engine as Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. That is true, actually.
I am aware. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
FIFA 20, the stealth chapters.
FIFA 20, The Phantom Pain.
people who were previous subscribers to Humble Bundle are getting grandfathered into a classic that our price doesn't change. It's still going to be $12 a month, and we get more game options than any of the other tiers.
Nice.
And how?
Very cool.
Yeah. It's a good deal. I am extremely stoked for it. The first month that we're going to have choice is December. So we'll see how that goes.
So, do they include? Because I haven't looked at Humble Bundles in a long time since we were repping them. They don't throw in like DLC packs or anything like that, do they?
They do sometimes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Usually, if they are including like a big game that has a bunch of DLC, then they'll give you all the codes for all the DLC as well.
Yeah, it'll be like a
Like a definitive
Game of the
edition kind of
Year
thing,
edition
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, okay. Well, good old DLC. It makes the game last longer,
Yep, that it does.
especially for things like Smite, right?
Yeah.
Expert segue.
This hat isn't just for show.
Stores my massive brain. Yeah, they announced it a while ago and it just dropped. They released skins for some of the gods in Smite. I can't remember which ones, but I know like Thanatos got a ruby skin.
There's only one god.
Duh, Scythe.
Sure.
And I personally hate it because, I loved the idea of Smite being just, hey, you could rumble as gods, beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, right.
And it already was getting bad because a bunch of these gods were getting like weeb skins in the first place before they even released to the Japanese pantheon.
Really?
Because weebs will buy that shit, dude.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, yeah,
You're not wrong.
I can be a rainbow cat-eared Egyptian god instead of the actual cool version of the Egyptian god.
Hey, cool is relative.
Whatever.
I'm trying to ship Horus really hard with Jesus right now.
They do have Horus in the game, and he's cool as fuck.
Of course he is. He's a bird guy.
But his voice actor's really bad.
Who's the man in the suit? Who's the cat with the beak?
Horus, the Egyptian god, literally just sounds like this in the game. But yeah,
Surprising ability to articulate with a fucking beak.
yeah. Which is funny because all of the other bird gods in the game do. They make funny bird noises and screech
do
at
they?
you. Yeah.
So is Horus just the Egyptian version of King then?
I guess. Point being, the only benefit for me with this Ruby update is it will give me opportunities to slam dunk some anime characters into the trash bin. So I'm into it at the very least.
For that reason alone.
But I'm not spending any of my money on those skins.
Destroy them.
Fuck that.
Destroy them.
Yeah, I never got into Smite.
It's the only MOBA I enjoy.
I think I played it when it first came out and then just kind of lost interest. I don't know.
I only like it because of the perspective shift. I do not like the MOBAs that are top-down, click-to-move.
Okay.
I hate that movement system. I think the only game I've ever enjoyed it in is Diablo, and it's not a MOBA.
Yeah,
it works
right.
better in Diablo as far as I'm concerned.
Did we already talk about Diablo 4, by the way?
I don't know enough about Diablo 4 to talk about it. Like, I saw that they dropped a trailer at BlizzCon the weekend that we were doing Extra Life.
Oh, right.
I've just been trying to ignore everything Blizzard does because I don't like them.
I'm done with Blizzard
I
at this
haven't
point.
liked them.
I'm so checked out.
It's even before all this fucking China shit. Like, I already just didn't like Blizzard that much. It's been falling out of
China?
favor with me for years.
There's the China thing, and there was the Gabers. We know exactly what you need in your life.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently, from what I've been told by one of my friends who has the Diablo 2 box art tattooed on the back of his leg, he's excited because it's basically a new Diablo 2. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, sure, I guess. I played Diablo 3 and it felt too easy.
Diablo 3 got much better over time when they updated it a lot.
Okay.
It was not good when it first came out, but it became a good game.
Yeah, so I bought it when it came out and played it a little bit, but kind of lost interest. Then I bought it on the Switch when it came out on the Switch, and just breezed through it like it was nothing.
Because your first playthrough is not supposed to be hard. It's when you get into that torment shit.
Okay,
Torment is where it always gets really hard.
but does anything change on a second play?
No, it's a game that's just about grinding. It's just a loot quest. That's all it ever
That's
is.
dumb. That's not what 1 and 2 were.
Yeah, and two could be. 1 I didn't like, so it's hard for me to say.
I used to my buddy and I used to dial into each other's computers so we could multiplayer Diablo 1.
Diablo, am I right?
All I know is in Diablo 3, when I got into the torment grind, they released the adventure mode. So you didn't have to just go through the story over and over again. They released an extra mode where you could wander around the world and random events would happen, and you could just farm loot that way. They would just drop quests and stuff for you to do. It was fun. I got to play Torment 4 or 5. It was tough, but it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a game that I don't think any Diablo game would ever be fun for me single player though in the first place. Like I don't know. I don't want to play Diablo alone.
Yeah, I used to Diablo alone all the time. I prefer gaming alone.
You used to Diablo. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just
boy.
gonna keep riding that.
Oh boy.
God damn it, Brooks.
Do you think you're better off, Diablo? Let's move on.
Yes. So
While you were busy talking on the podcast, I studied the blade.
the most recent Fire Emblem game they released, they already had planned waves of DLC. That you could
did
buy
they release Ruby DLC for Fire Emblem as well?
Dude,
Cool.
I was so surprised that the new Fire Emblem is as good as it is, but I think that could all be taken back if they dropped Ruby DLC. Like, I would slam dunk my cartridge right into the garbage.
I mean, it already is 3D anime. You may as well throw Ruby characters in there.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near as anime as the last one was. Like, Fates, dude.
I didn't play Fates, but I've watched plenty of you playing the most recent one, and that is an anime-ass game.
You didn't play Fates?
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Fates was the most punished Fire Emblem experience that there ever was. But the DLC was supposed to come out in waves, and the first couple waves were just dumb shit, not really that great.
Sure.
They released something on an unexpected timeline. I think they just dropped it for free. I don't even think you need the season pass for the thing that just came out. It extended some of the stuff in the monastery to include the sauna, which they actually didn't turn into a fan service thing and like a cheap ploy.
The sauna.
But it's the...
So is it... You can take your students to the sauna?
Yeah, it's a stupid mini game that you just have to... You either choose to stay to increase the bar slightly or increase the steam to increase it by a lot. And you want to get the bar closest to the top without going over. And it increases the amount of experience they gain from your teaching at the end of the week.
Interesting.
So
I have no idea why a sauna would do that, but...
It says because they're relaxed. Yeah,
okay.
It's like a morale thing.
So you don't want to over-relax them. You don't want to under-relax them.
Just the right amount of relaxation. But hey, it works, dude. It's perfect for min-maxing, which I'm going to get into in a Fire Emblem game.
They're into the Norwegian method of reinforcement and morale.
Of course. They also dropped a couple characters for free, too. Anna, who has been in like almost every Fire Emblem game as like the merchant, the secret merchant. She's a greedy piece of shit, and they really play on that. They made her a playable character. Whatever, I didn't care about that one. The cool one is for one of the paths, if you specifically choose to side with Edelgard, there's that character, the Death Knight, who is part of her army.
Yeah.
And he was previously not playable. He just didn't really show up ever again. Now they made him a playable character,
cool.
Like the unmasked version of him, because he's the long lost brother of one of the other characters in the monastery.
Okay, cool.
So you get to play as him, and it's pretty rad. That's a really cool inclusion.
Right on.
We stopped the Death Knight's ass this week, didn't we? In that fucking board game.
Oh yeah. Was it Escape the Dark Castle?
Yeah, Escape the Dark
dude, that game is
Castle.
so great.
Yeah. I've only played 2 rounds and we won both of them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only
couldn't
played 2
believe it.
rounds and we lost both of them.
I couldn't believe it. It was like, I never win that much, but it's because Dan and Gabrielle.
Strategy.
Yeah.
Yes. We also remembered to rest, actually.
Yeah, right. That is a very, very cool game. And I am going to have to get a copy of that for sure.
I recommend that. I'm going to be getting, because I need is a strong word. I want to get the expansions.
I need the expansion.
I must have the expansion.
I have to have the expansion.
heart grows ever blacker.
Mom, you don't understand. I need it.
But the there's a chest you can buy to put all the expansions in, because I'm not going to separate all the stuff for each expansion every time I put it away. But the chest itself comes with another layer to add to the game. That's not the curses. It's like curses, but it's like personality traits that will play into the game as well. I think it's got like 3 extra bosses and like a bunch of other stuff too. And it comes in a box.
Whoa!
As things tend to do.
Yes. Well, I mean, unless they come
I
in.
prefer the game sphere.
And that's called Escape the Dark Castle?
Escape the Dark Castle.
Yeah.
Y'all.
I need to get it.
Y'all should play it out there in video internet land or wherever you're listening
in
to.
the great wide interwebs.
The great wide interwebs.
So I know you probably haven't watched anything recently, but how about you, Brooks? Have you been aside from
Wonderful.
your
I've been
Yeah.
watching a lot of Netflix holiday romances for fun. They are so bad. I figured it out.
so
though.
like are you watching Netflix original?
Yeah, like
Okay.
Netflix original. Yeah, they're films. Well, I figured out I was in the grocery store the other day because I've been watching it with my roommate.
Mhm.
And she's just like, these are so bad. We have to keep watching them. I watched one called Holiday in the Wild with Rob Lowe in it.
Oh God.
And I watched The Christmas Prince and its sequel, and I'm looking forward to the third in the Christmas Prince cinematic universe. Comes out December 5th on Netflix.
Oh my God.
But I figured out what it is. It's like someone's mom read a romance novel or watched a 3-hour romance movie, and through explaining the plot, the director took it literally, and it's an hour and 28 minutes. And so it's
Yikes.
just like, oh yeah, so there's this girl who is a writer, and she has a blog, and her dad works at a diner, and she goes to a made-up country called Aldovia and gets her cab stolen by a guy with a beard who ends up being the prince later, and there's a princess in a wheelchair, and they go tobogganing and they save the kingdom. That's okay. So that's Christmas Prince 1.
Okay.
A Christmas Prince 2, the royal wedding, is so that writer girl fell in love with the princess, and then the prince, and then they got engaged, and they're getting married on Christmas, and then there's an economic crisis in the country, and there's a bad guy, and they go tobogganing again, and the dad is a different character. Well, he's played by a different actor, and he doesn't have a beard anymore, and also her friends come from America, and they save the kingdom and get married, and there's a conga line at the end of the movie. That's real. All of it.
Did you drink white wine while watching these?
No, I had a
Out of a box,
I
specifically.
did have a White Claw though.
Close enough.
I did a White Claw. So that's the royal engagement. I can only imagine what the third one's gonna be like.
Well, I don't know.
my
Get
God.
your boxed rosé and Xanax ready. It's gonna be a good time.
I bet
I'm
there's
just
going to be some tobogganing, and if there isn't,
I'm gonna do.
you turn that movie off.
There's either going to be tobogganing, or it's going to take like a weird tropical turn, because movies like that tend to do that. I also watched a terrible one that involves Let me explain it in the same way. So there's this powerful businesswoman in San Francisco who has a boyfriend that she's not really into because she doesn't follow her dreams, and so she wins a bed and breakfast in New Zealand on the internet, and then she loses her job and moves to the bed and breakfast, and except that it's run down, and she starts dating this hunky guy that fixes it, and there's a fire. The end.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, it was just, yeah. That's just, I'm going to do all my reviews on these movies exactly like that. Just like I only have a few minutes. And I've been hit upside the head a couple of times.
Yeah, right.
The Rob Lowe one was the least bad of them I saw because it's Rob Lowe. He plays a pilot. There's a lady that gets divorced in the first 5 minutes of the movie and then goes to Africa on the second honeymoon she was supposed to go on. And then she ends up being like an elephant doctor or something like that. Very realistic.
Okay.
And
then she bangs Rob Lowe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Eventually, yes. Who is an artist as well. Who
Oh, yes, of course.
paints a picture of, it's...
But he's also conveniently an artist that probably makes millions of dollars.
No, he's a bush pilot. He cares about the elephants. I think the worst one is the worst one I saw though was one called Santa Girl that involved an arranged marriage with Santa's daughter and the son of Jack Frost. And she's like, "No, I'm going to go to college." And all of these people write college like it's high school. And then she ends up falling for this like bad boy who tells her to go follow her dreams.
I feel dumber for knowing this movie exists.
Oh my god, dude!
I watched the most punished media this week. What did you watch?
Give me the Halloween Prince. That's a movie I'll watch. This is the Halloween Prince.
Is that the one where she gets...
Oh my god!
Stop!
I watched episode 2 of his Dark Materials.
I haven't watched any of that yet. Been a little busy.
And it's shaping up pretty well. Who the fuck is like in a utility jacket and shit? I don't know what's going on.
Kaylin?
No. And one of my favorite British panel shows has been added to BritBox. It's called Would I Lie to You? And it's Amazon. It's hosted by Rob Brydon.
Okay.
And there are 2 teams, and the team captains for each team, it's David Mitchell and Lee Mack. And then each week they have 2 celebrity guests per team. And basically they do this.
This moment brought to you by Amazon. Amazon, obey the future.
Basically they have these cards that have like a story on them. And randomly, one person is going to have to pick up that card and read it, and it's the first time that they've ever read it. And it's like an outlandish claim about their past, like something that has happened to them in the past.
I have seen this.
And so the opposing team gets to basically like cross-examine them on it. And
it's like Phoenix Wright.
They have to guess whether it's a lie or whether it's a truth. Is he still standing there?
I think he brought an additional package.
Yeah, no, he's leaving.
Oh, okay.
Nope. He's this podcast intermission brought to you by Amazon. Really not leaving.
Oh my god, Amazon, just leave it at the door.
He's gone.
Obey the future.
Sorry for this very professional interruption, everybody.
God damn it, Amazon. He's not leaving with the package, is he?
No.
Welcome to Amazon.
Good.
Get in your taco.
Idiot.
This cut out part of the podcast brought to you by.
Don't make me edit. But yeah, so I've been binge watching Would I Lie to You, and it has made me think about introducing elements of this game to the podcast.
Interesting.
So doing, like writing up some true outlandish backstories, or things that happened to us in the past as well, mixed in with some lies. And then no matter what we read, we have to defend it and come up with the, answers to the questions.
Could I be the boss level?
No, it would be, like you guys would all take turns. I'd facilitate, building the whole thing out. And then, you and Tyler would guess if Dan was lying or
But I'm just going to make it
as
as outrageous as possible. It's going to be obvious that I'm lying every time.
Then don't. I mean, that's not the point of the game.
It's hilarious, though.
But mine may be
I'll
true.
allow you to tell stories about things that you did in Space Station 13.
I did. I've had many wacky and crazy adventures in my life. Let me tell you. Cool. I like that. I like that idea. That's cool.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun. And I love me some fucking British panel shows.
Everyone's just so much nicer.
Yeah, quite humorous.
They're so much more laid back, and even the celebrities that they have on, they're not worried about appearances. They all just kind of joke around and shit. Watching Adele on Nevermind the Buzzcocks was probably one of the funniest things on the fucking planet.
Yeah,
because she's just a foul mouth. She as her mannerisms betray the beauty of the music that she makes.
Oh, you mean the beautiful gestures that she makes,
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's it's fucking great. Aside from that, when I picked up Jedi Fallen Order, I also bought the new Elite 2 controller, the Xbox Elite controller.
Elite.
And to be perfectly honest, I feel like it has at least one feature that should have been in the first one.
Buttons.
Yeah, buttons. A rechargeable battery from the get-go when you're buying a premium controller. Never mind that.
Yeah.
When you're buying a normal controller for anyone except for Xbox,
what is
you
this?
have a rechargeable battery.
2008? Gotta steal our batteries from the remote. I gotta finish playing this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
No one buys batteries anymore, Microsoft.
Yeah. I just, But thankfully this has batteries. Doesn't have batteries. It has rechargeable batteries. And it's just an improvement in every way over the last one. And the last one was already a solid fucking controller.
We'll still complain about playing Mega Man on it.
We'll see. With the tension control on the thumbsticks, I bet you won't.
Ooh, and we do have only the okay ones left. Well, I'm averaging them out because I like X8 a lot more than the previous one.
What game came before X8?
Command Mission.
Oh, right. Yeah. I went X6, Command Mission, X8, and that was it.
Yes.
Yeah, there was no other game between them.
Really?
Yeah, no.
There was no Massacre.
Really? There's-
And if there was, I don't
feel
think...
like-
no, I don't know.
I feel like there's a...
Really, there wasn't.
Yeah?
No.
I'm pretty sure that...
No.
Oh, Mega Man Extreme 2.
Much like the Cannonball Run 2, if it did exist, it would be equally terrible.
Oh, Maverick Hunter X.
I vaguely remember there being a Mega Man X7.
No, it doesn't exist.
I'm pretty sure.
No, if it did, it would be too heinous to have actually hit shelves, so they didn't make it.
Weren't
Yeah.
you going to make Brent play Mega Man X7?
What game?
You know that game that you're going to make Brent play.
I mean, I can't
who
make
are
him
you
play something that
talking
doesn't
about?
exist.
I shall deny him thrice.
Real quick on, I don't want to get too into it because I know you haven't watched any yet, and you want to.
Yeah, I would like to stay spoiler free, but if you do want to talk about spoilers, I will plug my ears and hum.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone else either. No, that's not humming. I know you sound quiet to you, but to everyone else. Disney Plus has been fucking great. It's the service that I want to watch more of what's on Disney Plus than on any other service. The first thing that I fired up when I bought Disney Plus was Bonkers.
Yeah, I love that show.
Like, it has Bonkers, Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, like all these old, Disney cartoons that were fucking great. Plus Gravity Falls is on there now. It's it makes me very happy. And X-Men is on, X-Men Evolution. They have a great collection of shows that make me extremely happy. But The Mandalorian is the new Star Wars series that's a Disney Plus exclusive. They're doing weekly releases, so they're not allowing you to binge any of this shit.
I was hoping that they would do that because they would stop people like me from getting a free trial.
Exactly.
And watching all of it and then dumping it.
Exactly.
But I mean,
But it's only $7.
yeah, I'm thinking I might try it out for a little while just because they have enough properties that I'm interested in.
They have a lot on there.
I was made aware of the 4K thing, and apparently the sound's really good.
Yep.
The Dolby Atmos stuff.
And they have Willow on there, so I was able to get Jasmine to watch Willow for the first time.
I love Willow.
That movie fucking holds up. That
Yeah.
movie absolutely holds up.
It's a Val Kilmer film that isn't hanging with the boys.
I mean, he was also Batman.
What?
And he was also Doc
I thought
Holliday.
Batman was Bruce Wayne.
in-
I thought Batman was Bruce Wayne.
He was also Doc Holliday in literally the only Western film I will watch.
Oh.
Tombstone.
Tombstone's pretty good.
Yeah.
Tombstone is pretty good.
So on the topic of Willow, though, they're apparently going to be making a Willow sequel series. I don't know how I feel about that. Willow West.
The My Willow.
Willow Wisp.
Willow applied directly to the forest.
The Mandalorian has been fantastic. Remarkably so. Significantly better than I expected. And I probably shouldn't be surprised because it was written, directed, and produced by Jon Favreau. And Jon Favreau has shown us that he cares about these kinds of properties, and he's going to do them justice. You know, we have all of Iron Man and like a big chunk of Marvel MCU lore to thank him for. So Mandalorian, as someone who had long since kind of given up on Star Wars, I'm happy about it. I'm pretty stoked on it.
How long are the episodes?
The first one is like 40 something. The second one is 33.
Okay, cool.
So it strikes me as though the episodes are as long as they need to be in order to hit the story points that they want before moving on to a next chapter kind of thing. What I thought was fucking great is episode 2, there's no dialogue for like the first 10 minutes of that episode.
Perfect.
And it doesn't need it because their storytelling is so rich and visual, and it's extremely well done. Extremely, extremely well done.
Hell yeah.
I've heard I want to watch it primarily because I've heard a lot of talk that it's shot takes a lot from old Western and samurai movies.
Oh, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
I love old Western and samurai movies, and an old Western samurai movie called Red Sun.
Yeah. Brent is right. 43 minutes and 33 minutes.
Our
Yes.
live fact checker.
Excellent.
But yeah, I am very excited to see where that goes. I haven't watched the Jeff Goldblum series yet. There's The World According to Jeff Goldblum that is included in Disney Plus. I think the only Disney Plus exclusive that or original that I have watched is Mandalorian.
I've heard there's been some issues with The Simpsons on Disney with the aspect ratio.
Well, it's not necessarily with it's with the way they dealt with the conforming of the aspect ratio. They cropped.
Ooh, you can't do that.
So you lose gags in some things. They cropped in order to make it widescreen. So that means top and bottom of the screen are gone.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So like one of the examples that I saw is when Homer's getting a tour of the Duff factory. You miss the visual gag that the same pipe is feeding Duff and Duff Light and Duff Extra or whatever. It's all the same beer.
Okay.
So you miss out on some of those
Yep,
off-screen
you got
games.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think you're not going to miss a lot, but purists are upset.
Yeah.
Just watch your DVD collections if you care so goddamn much.
Yeah.
I bought them on HD DVD when they came out. The Great High Def War of 2008.
But that's gonna about do it for this episode
Yeah.
of the Topless Robot podcast.
Fight my shiny metal hat. It's time to end the podcast.
Before we end the podcast, what have you guys been? Have you guys been playing any video games? Anything new this week?
I played the snot out of.
At first, I thought you were just gonna say I played the snot, and I'm like, I think that's not actually a video game. You're just
Mickey
sneezing into your hands and rubbling on your face.
Mickey's Castle of Illusion.
Oh, cool!
Genesis.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Oh, you're just emulating, right?
No, I got it on. I've had that on my PS3 forever.
Oh, okay.
So I just kind of went back to it, and because I remember playing that game when I was a kid, and I watched a video on the development of it and things like that, and I was like, oh, okay. I played it, and it's not as fun as I remember when I was a little kid because it's a little slow. But I got tired of that and played DuckTales.
Castle of Illusion, was that one of Capcom's Disney games?
I believe it might have been.
Because I know Capcom was making a lot of Disney games. back
Capcom
then.
made Quackshot.
Okay.
Capcom made Quackshot. I don't think they did Castle of Illusion. I know they didn't do Fantasia because that was a
LJN?
No, it wasn't LJN. It was another company that makes games. It was Infogrames.
Oh yeah, Infogrames.
It was an Infogrames
yeah.
bit. Yeah. What have you been playing, Dan?
Nothing new. More Warframe stuff.
Sure.
Trying to maximize my shit posting potential. There's modular melee weapons, and I built the slowest scythe possible and put mods on it to make it even slower. So it does a truck ton of damage, but I'm spinning in circles in extra slow motion around the map. And then I just hope that stuff runs into me and dies.
Just like real life.
You are a shitpost.
I am the unstoppable force.
A shit post.
All right. Well, on that note, this low energy Topless Robot podcast has come to an end. Thank you, everybody, for watching
It
or
wasn't
listening.
all low energy.
Look,
I talked about romance movies.
I feel like when Tyler's not here to be our punching bag, it's always low energy.
It's mature and relaxed.
Thank you for watching and or listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
I'm taking off today and breathe. Sometimes you have to sit if you want to make a stand. Hate to shit, taking liberties. Taking liberties.
Luke, it says I'm locked out of my account again.
Subscribe.